Prepare yourself for invasion. This is Indie Invasion.
Oh, ringing the bell.
Ringing the bell right off the bat.
All right, ring that bell, sucker. All right, welcome to another Thursday night of Indie Invasion Shorts. So
Fastest 30-ish.
fastest 30-ish minutes in Wargaming, which we haven't actually seen Todd lately in a while.
Yeah,
He coined that phrase. I did see some stuff from our buddy Alan. He was at ReaperCon, got some good pictures of some Invaded, some Free Blade, some Relic Blade. There was a lot of stuff going on at ReaperCon. I'd like to get out there one day, but that day is not today.
I was surprised I saw him actually live streaming a little bit too. I'm surprised he got any kind of reception there, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw him do, he did one sort of an after action report, but I don't know. I didn't see that. Did he do something while he was there at the
He
con?
was walking around, I think. So it wasn't very long. I just happened to catch it and I didn't watch it because I don't know exactly what he did, but the footage was like this big. You know?
Yeah, I noticed that sometimes about his camera. I think it's the way he's got it turned.
Like maybe, yeah. So it was just cropped or something. I don't know.
He's like us. He's old. It's like, this dang technology. What am I supposed to do with it? There's a button somewhere, you know.
Oh, man.
Well, what have you been working on lately, man?
Well, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I did finish off after we were done with our stream last week. I kept working on my guy.
Oh, okay.
So, and I did post, if you guys want to see, I posted pictures on the Discord. I'm looking around to see if he's back here. Oh, yeah, he is. I did bring him back because I took him to kind of give him that dusting of a clear coat because I used all that that speed paint and I was worried about it moving. So I did bring him back in here. So you guys remember me working on, hold on, let me do this. Boom.
What's up, Ron? I was so inspired by that, man. I think I'm going to throw some Battletech mechs on the paint desk and do like I was saying in the stream last week, do some Transformer themed battle mech.
You know, it made decision making really easy and fun in a way because it's not exactly like the character I based it on. So you're kind of troubleshooting a little bit to figure out, okay, where exactly is this color going to work? What all am I going to paint this color? So yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a puzzle, but a fun puzzle. So
yeah, without being locked in on the colors, you know, because you're not actually painting that Transformer. So Ron is with us already, and I don't know if you've been in the Discord, but Ron just finished printing a massive ship with the resin fire ring.
Yeah,
dude, I want to drive up there. I don't even care what we play on it. I just want to play on it. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. I love it. I love those kinds of things. The really big, like, centerpieces for
a centerpiece or a table hog where it's actually your table. It's so big.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was doing some stuff. I was doing some work at this other desk back here, the one with all the books on it. All these books and stuff back here. These aren't gaming books. I was doing some other kind of work, and I was thinking about exactly that, my terrain, and I was saying to myself, you know, striking that balance between the two. I have no middle ground, right? I either want an 8-foot long, 5-foot wide table packed full of terrain that I'm going to play a skirmish game with 5 dudes on it, or else I'm all the way down to reducing 4x4 games to a 2x2 and just having it real over the top. So like some of my zombie games when I've played County Road Z and Ragers, hint, hint there of what we'll be talking about, hint, hint. I'll even do stuff like everybody's got a little paper shredder in their house, right? For their bills and stuff and medical things. That you're the paper shredder. All right, this might not work in your
Oh,
house.
the dogs. I just give it to the dogs.
But if you have a paper shredder, when I play those zombie games, if I'm going to take a lot of pictures or film, I'll grab a handful of the shredded stuff and some scissors, and I'll just go across the top of the table and cut up the paper so that it's just dusted all over the table, because I'm silly like that. But I only do that on the 2x2 tables. So there's no middle ground. There's not a 4x4 table. There's not a 6x4 table. It's either every piece of terrain I own on the table or all the way down to 2x2 with every micro detail in it. So, what's Ron says, my bud is printing a large different one so we can have ship-to-ship combat. Nice.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
What Kickstarter is that from, or
is that Etsy or whatever?
Designer. What designer is it from? Because I think I recognize it, because I've got a whole bunch of ships as well, but I don't know. I haven't printed anything really. Well, I say I haven't printed anything really big on my filament printers, and yet over there I have the entire basement for the Stormcrow mansion. You know. So what am I talking about? Skies of Sordain. That's what I thought it was. I have some of the stuff. I've 3D printed the crews and some of the characters and stuff from it, but I have not printed any of the large ships. I printed one of the small airships, but not any of the big stuff. So I'll be excited to see that, and feel free to bring those down anytime to play. Anytime. So I haven't been working on anything. The last paint that I slung was when we sat down last Thursday. So I still have.
You've been busy. I mean, it's part of the school year and stuff. And
well, that's not entirely true. I've got a couple things over here. I got a little bit of stuff done. So I threw a little bit of paint on Kang the Conqueror and
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, did some worked on bases. I think I finished Venom. I think I'm done with him. And then a little bit on Brainiac 5, but I didn't do very much. So
okay. I gotta switch us. I just realized.
Are we on the wrong side? I never remember what side I'm supposed to be on, but that's typical for me. So well, Eric, since you are the master of this genre, what are we talking about?
Well, we are talking about one of my favorite themes in board game, comics, movies, tabletop miniatures, the world. We're talking about a zombie game today, and it is one of our favorites. We briefly visited this way back in 2021.
Oh, you looked at the date and everything. Look at you.
I had to hunt for it because I knew we talked about it. And I put a link in the show notes, you guys. You can go back and watch some of Max. He does a little playthrough.
Well, it's not really a playthrough. It's more like I was thinking about it. It's like a storyboard.
Yeah. You did kind of a storyboard of the game, so you guys can kind of get a little bit of a feel for it. But we're talking about, this was like early for us too. This was straight up independent guys from. Were they New Zealand? I think it was New Zealand.
Yep. Oh, well, hold on. Whoops. Let me put that one up there.
Originally, that's what it was called. It was called Outbreak.
Shh. Okay, so of course everybody knows I had to have it. I've got the OG book. Here's the OG. It was run as a Kickstarter originally called Outbreak out of New Zealand, and that's where we got our stuff from. I don't remember where you got yours from. I got mine from their website. They had a short-lived website, and I know some people had issues getting it from New Zealand. I think I just squeaked in there and got lucky with it. Yeah, and that particular website doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, the original one where I got this from, and it was produced by, I don't know if this one has it. Yeah, so Radio Dish. You probably can't even see that, but because of my lighting. Let me see if I can. Is Radio Dish Publishing, and it was the two guys, Colin Phillips and Chris Pooch. So the interesting thing about this is Alder posted it in the Discord, and for those of you that listen to us know that Alder's in Australia, so the games that come out of there, he's more aware of often than we are. So he was throwing a little reminder out there about them running a Kickstarter. Well, that's a good question, Ron, and I'm just about to answer that you can't get it anymore. So you can, because they've just launched a Kickstarter, and when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, why are they launching a Kickstarter? The book's already out. It's on Wargame Vault. Now, I don't know if it's still on Wargame
It might
Vault.
still. I put the link, the official link that they had, but it may be a defunct link now. I don't know.
And I mean, if you look on the little storyboard video that I did, there's a link in the description to the Wargame Vault for the rule books. I don't know if it's still there, but Ron, you were asking if you can get it. Yes, the book is available through. Let me make sure I get the name right here. Hayland Wargame Terrain out of the UK. So it's moved from New Zealand to the UK.
Yeah.
The book is currently available. Now they've changed some stuff. It's an A5 book now. And the A5 basic rule book is just this book.
Yeah.
Now, just this book, this is just the rules. It's a good book. It's done no glossy pages on the inside. It's just regular pages. It's got some good color pictures, some good miniature pictures. I like some of the artwork in it. I wanted to show this one picture. I don't know if it's some of the artwork is this. So it's like a photo that has been colored, I guess. Eric, you'd probably know more about
Photoshop. They photoshopped it basically.
Yeah, so it was a picture, but it looks drawn. And there's several of those. There's some images, and you'll find some really cool minis in there that you may recognize from pulp figures and stuff like that throughout the book. But that's this one, the one that Eric and I have, where they changed the name to Ragers. That's this book. So like this one includes everything. And what I mean by that is the impetus of the game was to include kind of all of the zombie genres. So what they did was you can do it in all kinds of different settings. Now, of course, let me see if I can get to it real quick. Of course, you could do, obviously, whatever you want.
Yeah, these were like basically the expansions that they had come out.
Right. So they did different things. So here you go. And none shall pass. So you have rules for medieval zombies. You have the standard zombie apocalypse. So as you can see, it's got nights and the dark days. So this one includes all of this extra stuff. Oh, look, there's my guys. There's my guys right there.
That you made.
Heck yeah, dude. So that's one sheet. So one new thing that I really liked. So I used 3x5 cards for my dudes. This was just the quick reference page. So one of the things that I do like about the new Kickstarter, Eric, if you want to pop that Kickstarter up.
Yeah.
Ron says it's no longer on Wargame Vault. It is, however, on the Hayland Games website, which is right
Hayland
here.
Games where you can get all the individual books.
Yep. So they have the books. What they're really pushing right now, I think, with the Kickstarter is they're producing some miniatures. So the books are currently available. But one of the things, I had to lick my fingers, my pages are stuck together. One of the things that I liked was here in the book, and you can see it up on the screen there, you've got these loud tokens that are in here, and you've got some other like chits and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, in the Kickstarter, you're going to get actual tokens, which is nice. But the other thing that I thought was super cool is, can you scroll down to some of the rewards?
Let's see.
And one of the things that they have is they've got these. So we tried to get Eric a new computer this week. It didn't work out, though.
Come on.
But one of the things that they did, and I'll just talk about it. So I did my card sheet right here.
There we go.
And one of the things is they've got a dry erase card for your characters, which I really like. I think that's cool. That they give you a dry erase card. So I thought that was kind of neat, so that you don't have to keep track like this. Although this really isn't all that complicated. I was actually got very nostalgic when I started writing these cards out, because the first Dungeons and Dragons I ever played when I was like, I don't know, 10, our DM had us we all did our characters on index cards. That was how he had them set up. He had drawn them all out and everything. So I thought a little nostalgia there. But anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Plus, it's going to come with zombies and of some survivors with some stuff to be unlocked in the Kickstarter. So you can imagine I had to investigate it, because I was like, wait a minute, why is there a Kickstarter? And I don't think the pricing is that bad for it overall, kind of no matter really what you get. I think it was a pretty decent price. What I thought was cool is scroll up just a little bit. So that bag right there is everything's in it. And it's made to be an MRE bag.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So, and it's resealable, so you can carry your game around in the Ragers toxic and biohazard bag. So I thought that was kind of cool. I will say this about the game. I only played it once. It can be played solo, and it can also be played cooperatively, or it can be played against one another. One of the things I liked about the cooperative method of it is it was very much in the vein of County Road Z. The reason I say that is because it was a low model count for your good guys. Mine, I literally just had 2 guys.
Yeah,
that was all I had. I had 2 guys, and it was plenty. It was perfect. It was fun. Yes, Ron, you do get a free PDF when you buy from Hayland. Obviously, you get the free PDF backing the Kickstarter as well. I don't know if you get access to the PDF immediately once you back. I don't know that or not. I guess you wouldn't, because then you could just back out of it and you'd have the PDFs. So
yeah,
you probably don't. But one of the things that I liked, so we all know what it is to do co-op, right? So in my scenario here, basically, if Eric and I were playing, he would use one guy, I would use the other guy, and we'd go to town. And you kind of do the same thing, County Road Z. You would control a couple guys, I control a couple guys. But one thing that no zombie game has done that I've seen that Ragers/Outbreak does is your opponent. So if Eric and I are playing, he can play the zombies, and I can play the survivors. Oh, look, I'm there twice. That's kind of scary. Hold on. Wait, where's my Rager? Oh, wait.
Here's your guys.
Yep, that's my guys.
I figured I'd give some people a little sneak peek of your video.
Yeah, so like I said, it's really more of a storyboard than it is. It's not going to teach you how to play at all. It's just a storyboard with some pictures of what was going on throughout the game as I played, and that was on a little 2x2 that I played. But I really liked the idea that you could play as the zombies.
Yeah.
So you could functionally control them as the other player, and that's not something that I had seen done before. And much like County Road Z, the thing that I think I appreciate so much out of this game is the idea that you're not fighting 2 teams against each other and the zombies just happen to be incidental. So that's what I like about it is you're not stuck in that idea of it's mine and Eric's survivors fighting one another, and the zombies just happen to be there. That reminds me way too much of like the last seasons of The Walking Dead, where all the humans are just killing each other and the zombies just so happen to show up. So that's a fun aspect of the game. Are you enjoying that video?
Yeah, look at this. This is flashback 2021.
That's old school, man. Old school. Escaped with their lives to survive another day. There you go. There you go. That's it. So, there was another one of those pictures I was talking about that I really liked. It's like basically just photos.
Yeah.
With some coloring on there. Oh, thank you, Ron. That was just a little small 2x2 table that I set up for that. It's actually on a Lazy Susan, so that when I was filming stuff, instead of having to walk around the table, I could just spin the whole 2x2 table and it would circle back around. So, Eric, you want to talk about a little bit about what you had learned about the game? Because I don't remember how to play it. I would have to go back into it.
Yeah, it was a little while. I was looking to see how many phases there were, and there's like action points that you basically have each turn, and I think that's based on what your little crew size is and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that you can custom build your guys out a little bit, and kind of it's almost like a game inside the game. You know, you can try it one way thinking, oh, this might be enough, but then of course there's dice, right? So you can't really totally game the game. You can sway it a little bit, but yeah, there's only like 4 phases in the game. And it kind of, what I remember what's neat is it uses loud markers, which is a concept that we're familiar with from Zombicide, and
right.
It's a zombie thing, right? That they're going to be attracted to the noise.
And if you have any Zombicide games, you've got plenty of noise tokens to cover any loudness that's going to happen in the game. One thing I did forget to mention too is the dice: D20, D10, and D6 and a D3. I don't know if that has changed. See, that's the one thing I don't know. I don't know if there are any rule changes in the transition from Dish Dash, Radio Dish Dash, to Hayland terrain. I would be interested. I'd be interested to know when and how they came up with it. So, what's the dice set there? Is it a polyhedral set?
It
or
looks
just
like it's pretty much a polyhedral. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see a 20.
Okay, maybe they did change something.
We got a percentage. We got the 6, 8, 10. It looks like.
Yeah, because this one, the Ragers, is D20, D10, D6, and D3, which as seasoned gamers, we all know what a D3 is. And then Outbreak, which should be the identical, and it is D20, D10, D6, and a D3. Okay. So it looks like something may have been tweaked within the rules.
Yeah, maybe they added some just for specific things.
Yeah.
Which could be anything, right? It could be like you have to roll that dice for a chart, which if there's charts, I love charts because then it's so random. Anything can happen.
Now, I don't know. I'm going to go real quick. I didn't look at this, but I wonder if there's a Facebook page yet.
Oh,
Ragers.
Do they?
I see the Ragers, but that looks like a video game group. Here we go. Well, there's a Hayland terrain, so let's see. Let's see what Hayland terrain is saying on theirs. They've got their Kickstarter launched 2 days ago, in case anyone is wondering, and it is already funded, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 13 days ago yet, and it's funded.
Yep, it's funded. The zombies are plastic. The survivors are metal. They do have some really cool pulp 28 millimeter varieties of zombies. If you check out Hayland terrain. Sorry, that's my old man dog. I can't do anything about him. He's like 740 years old in dog years. So you just gotta, if you have dogs, Now, the thing is, I also Googled Dish Dash, and they're actually still producing a couple of games, but they are military style games.
Okay. So, which this one has that kind of military style feel to it. It's just
it has a little bit,
you got the zombies is all.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good game. I don't see that they have a Facebook group. I might just have to.
I'm surprised because didn't they have one before?
Well, you know what? Honestly, they probably wouldn't have gotten rid of it. Let me check under Outbreak. I know Ron is probably
maybe still the Outbreak.
Let me put Skirmish As you can see, my keyboard's not in front of me. Outbreak Skirmish. No. No, does not look like there is, or if there was previously one, it looks like they have deleted it. But I don't see anything.
I mean, if they sold off the IP and the rights and stuff to Hayland,
Yeah, but a lot of time, yeah, but you don't usually do that though. You keep the Facebook group because it's gonna have all your people in it anyway. So
yeah, it's usually a public thing. It's not like you're promoting the company.
Holy smokes. Now dang man. I'm sorry, I sidetracked. Alan ain't messing around. He's in Orlando now. He's just left.
That's what happens when you retire from Chick-fil-A, right?
I guess so,
travel the world.
I guess so, man. He's just all over the place. He's like, "What are you doing this week?" "I'm going to a convention." "What are you doing?"
Kind of like back in the day when you just went and saw the Grateful Dead. You just went to the next city.
Yeah, right. That is crazy. Crazy, man. He's going like crazy. He's going to get tired of gaming conventions. So that's what's going on with this game. I'd encourage you guys to go check it out. I may generate a Facebook group for it, and
if anything, check it out. Try those links that we have in the show notes. Like we said, the War Vault. We don't know if that's still good or not, but
Ron said it's not.
It's not okay. So you can go to Hayland's website and order the books though.
Yes, it is definitely on there. You can just Google it and you can find Skirmish Ragers core rule book.
It's the two. I just closed it, unfortunately. Let me see.
Yep. So
they do have a 3-book set there. It's on sale for like $61.
Right. And they have a few other games too. They've got one called Bone Fields, Pirates of the Dread Sea, Across the Dead Earth, and then they have a bunch of models. They actually have some really cool looking zombie models. Honestly, I don't care too much for their plastic box set.
Yeah.
They're just a 4 and repeat, 4 and repeat, 4 and repeat. And I'm not sure, it's kind of hard to tell in the pictures. I'm not sure if they're as good as the Zombicide ones.
Yeah, and I mean, if you got Zombicide, you're set.
But they do have some really, really cool ones. Well, they've got a Michael Myers, they've got a Jason, Pinhead, the Scream guy. They've got some zombie characters, zombie cops. Yeah. Most importantly, they have. There you go. Most importantly, they have the Monty Python characters.
Where are those? On page 2, I take it.
I'm not sure where they are on there. I'm on the top page. So maybe we'll have to check. It's under their Medieval Mayhem.
Oh, okay.
I assume that they are going to run those in conjunction, or are running those in conjunction with the idea of dropping them in Ragers. But if you look, they've got a really cool Survivors set, and they're pulp style models. That's the thing. They're pulp. I see some stuff in here actually that I have that they must have picked up molds for, because I am scrolling down and I saw one. Hold on. Let me try to find it. They've got a snake. There's a Snake Plissken.
Oh man.
There's everybody from The Thing. There's Crockett and Tubbs. There's the A-Team. Let's see who else. These are just some that I'm throwing out there. They've got Rick Grimes, and okay. So here's what I have. They have an Axel Foley. Now I have that model, and I'm pretty sure that I got that Axel Foley. Man, see now I can't really say for sure where I got him from, but I have him, and I've got him painted up just like Axel Foley. They've got De Niro from Taxi Driver. Most of the Walking Dead. They've got Rowdy Piper from They Live. Chuck Norris. Well, I mean, you've already won with Chuck Norris, haven't you?
Yeah.
You just won. That's it. It's game over.
Well, I'm looking at their 3D files they have from Kickstarters, and there's a lot on there. So
yeah,
if you guys want to check that out, if you do have a 3D printer,
yeah,
they get some neat stuff.
I don't know like how they came by all this stuff, but it's pretty cool. So I think I've found a new place to check out. Yeah, I mean they do, because they got a lot of 3D files to print. Not as many as I might have thought under the Kickstarter one, but yeah, let's see, Wasteland 3D printables. You go over and check them out. They've got an RV.
Got the link in the show notes, you guys. If you want to check this out, check out the Kickstarter. Jump in if you want. I mean, Kickstarter is not that bad if you just want the rule books.
Darren said, "Ooh, movie knockoff minis, absolutely
can't beat them, man."
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, that's Ragers, aka / early edition Outbreak, but it really was a fun zombie game. Like I said, this one rates right next to County Road Z for me.
Yeah.
And County Road Z is one of those games that, and I know I said this a couple weeks ago too, but I'll always say this, that has masterfully done a good job of capturing the tension of zombie apocalypse. I know Jordan likes to quote me, and it's, I guess, it's my claim to fame is my statement in regard to County Road Z, which is simply this: the game is super easy until all of a sudden it's not.
It's not. Yeah.
It just goes.
We got this. Oh,
right. It turns on a dime, and so Outbreak does the same thing too. Eric, I'm going to let you take us out, even though it's my turn, because my dog will not be quiet because he's 740 years old, and I'm not going to yell at him to be quiet because he's old enough to bark, and I'm going to mute my microphone.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for joining us this Thursday. This was a Thursday night game spotlight. I hope you guys enjoyed this tonight. But yeah, we are expanding the game universe one game at a time. And if you could, please follow, like, subscribe, smash that button at all the places for us, and catch us every Thursday night for Shorts live stream. It could be a hobby night, could be a showcase night like this. But you can find us on all the classic platforms out there. The classic podcast on Podbean, iTunes, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Stitcher, Spotify, Pocket Cast. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, and on Discord. And drop us a line at indieinvasion@gmail.com. And speaking of Discord, you can follow the links there and all these other places that we're talking about tonight, and check it out for yourself in your own time. But if you want to support us, you can feel free to visit us at redbubble.com/people/indieinvasion. If you want to get some merch, some hats, stickers, mugs, bed sheets, pillowcases, shower curtains, computer things, and yes, all kinds of stuff. Socks, bags, boxers. I'm running out of ideas. They had everything.
They have phone cases.
Yes, they do. Phone cases. But that is all we got for you guys tonight. So while you're out there avoiding the zombies, prepare yourself for the invasion. Catch you later.